This week's Monday story is titled The Power of Small Steps. So last week, we explored the concept of courageous choices, but this Monday, let's zoom in on the journey itself, marked by the incremental steps we take. I want to share a reflection on the power of small steps and how they can lead us to significant achievements. So imagine this. A massive stone wall is standing before you, seemingly insurmountable. It represents your dreams, your aspirations, and the life you envision. How do you conquer it? The answer is one stone at a time. I recall a story from my childhood. It's a tale about a determined ant. You see, the ants are small creatures, but their strength lies in their persistence. This particular ant had a colossal goal: to transport a grain of rice to its nest, a distance that was many times its size. Now, one might think this task is impossible for such a tiny creature, but this ant didn't shy away. It took that grain of rice, which compared to the wall ahead seemed insignificant, and began to walk. Step by step, the ant forged ahead. It encountered obstacles along the way, twigs, rocks, and crevices, but it never lost sight of its goal. It would navigate around the obstacles, sometimes even climb over them, with that single grain of rice held firmly between its mandibles. This tiny ant, through sheer persistence, made it to its destination. One grain of rice had been moved. In the grand scheme of things, it may not have seemed like much, but for that ant, it was everything. It was an achievement that would ensure its survival and the prosperity of the colony. The lesson here is clear. Monumental tasks become manageable when broken down into smaller steps. It's easy for us to become overwhelmed by the scale of our dreams, to stand before that metaphorical stone wall and wonder, how on earth will we surmount it? But like the ant, we can take small steps. Each step may seem insignificant on its own, but collectively they build momentum. They get us closer to our goals. They move that grain of rice. Let's reflect on this context in our lives. Are there dreams, ambitions, or goals that you have set aside because they seem daunting? Have you faced moments where you felt paralyzed by the enormity of the task ahead? Consider breaking those ambitions into smaller, manageable steps. Think of them as grains of rice, each representing a concrete action you can take. These small steps might not feel like major accomplishments individually, but they're the building blocks for your success. In fact, many of the world's greatest achievements were realized through incremental progress. The completion of monumental structures like the pyramids, the authoring of epic novels, the exploration of distant planets, all started with a single step, a first word, a rocket launch. As we embark on this new week, let's remember the story of the ant and its grains of rice. Let it inspire you to take those small steps toward your aspirations. Don't be discouraged by the apparent enormity of your goals. Instead, focus on what you can do today, this week, or this month. Every small step counts. With each one, you'll build not only progress, but also resilience and determination. You'll find that you're not just moving closer to your dreams, you're becoming the person capable of achieving them. So this Monday, let's embrace the power of small steps. Let's start moving these grains of rice one by one. Who knows where they might lead us, what walls they might help us conquer, and what dreams they might help us realize.